Hey, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Holcomb Stadium in Mesa, Arizona. Tom Garbison for Southwest Sports Network, and it's play-by-play coverage in the 2015 Cactus Classic, put on by Southwest Woodbat Classics. And we are underway in the Underclass Division Championship game, and it features the SoCal Victory and the ABA 15 Columbus squad. As we get underway here, Anthony Martin leads off for the SoCal Victory, the visitors in this afternoon's championship game, and he's up there with a count of 2 balls and 1 strike. The Victory went through Pool C with a record of 2-1 as it pitches over for a strike. But based on head-to-head competition, they beat out T-Rex for first place in Pool C. There's a pop-up over on the third base side, and that's playable, and that is out number 1. So Martin pops out to the third baseman for the first out of the ball game, and it'll bring up Alan Underwood. But then SoCal Victory with a couple of wins through elimination play, and we'll talk about more of that as we go along. For ABA 15, that's the Albuquerque Baseball Academy. They won Pool A, finished first place there, went 3-0 through pool play, and then they won a couple of elimination games to get to this afternoon's championship ball game. Underwood takes a strike at the knees, and it's 0-1. So it's Martin leading off in center field for the SoCal Victory. Underwood batting second and playing left field. And ball hit slowly up the middle and just off the glove of the ABA shortstop, and no play. And that'll be an infield single for Underwood. So he's aboard with 1 out. For the number 3 hitter in the Victory order, it's their shortstop, Blake Del Toro. Then Ross Becker will hit 4th as the designated hitter, batting for the pitcher Danny Gill. Brian Glenn bats 5th at third base. Travis Axel, the catcher, and he hits 6th. It's a long lineup for the Victory as they're hitting 13 in the championship game. So the number 7 hitter is Matt Magana. He's a first of 3 in a row extra hitters. Michael Kerner, Nicholas Reese, also extra hitters. Then Alan Arroyo in right field. Julian Corey at first base. Ryan Standiford bats 12th and plays second as Del Toro takes a strike. And rounding out the order is another extra hitter, Anthony Heacock. So 1 on and 1 out, top of the first inning. SoCal Victory get a first crack at it. Toss over to first base, and the runner is able to get back. That's, again, Alan Underwood over at first. Getting the start in the championship game for ABA is Stephen Barboa. And he misses with a pitch there, and the count goes to 2 balls and a strike. His battery mate is E.J. Rendon. Jack Morano is at first base. Nick Monk plays second. Mikey Size, the shortstop. Brian Ramos at third base. And ball fouled back into the seats and out of play, and the count evens again, this time at 2-2. And then the outfield for ABA is Ryan Magaha in left field, Ryan Johnson in center field, Josh Lackner in right. Of course, it's open substitution as far as the defensive positions go, so players will swap out. Maybe not, I guess. Ground ball over to third. Not able to backhand it there, and it is a foul ball. So Ramos got over there, tried to backhand it, but apparently he was in, or the glove and the ball were in foul territory, and so that'll bring Del Toro back to the plate. You never know how it goes. Obviously, you have a plan going in, but sort of the play, the way the game unfolds sort of dictates what might actually happen. A lot of times, pool games, you see a little more free movement as far as defensive substitutions. Sometimes you get to elimination, championship type stuff, and things settle down some. There's a 1-hopper to short. Flip there and on to first base, and that's a double play. Size fields nicely, the flip and then the throw to first, and Del Toro bounces in to a double play to end the first inning for the SoCal Victory. No runs, a base hit, no runners left, and after a half inning of play, it's the Victory 0 and ABA 15 Columbus coming up. And we go to work in the bottom of the first inning for ABA 15 Columbus. Mikey Size leads off and takes the first pitch low for a ball. The next one misses. 2 balls and no strikes to the count. Size the shortstop for ABA 15. Nick Monk will bat second at second base as that pitch is on the inside corner for a strike. Ryan Johnson will hit third in center field. Josh Lackner, the right fielder, bats fourth. Then the catcher, E.J. Rendon, is fifth. Ryan McGaha, the left fielder, sixth. And a line drive to the SoCal shortstop Blake Del Toro, put away for the first out. Ryan Ramos will bat seventh for ABA. Jack Morano is eighth and plays first base. Bailey Columbus, an extra hitter, is ninth. Mitchell Parker rounds out the order. He's the DH batting for the pitcher, Steven Barboa. Now Nick Monk, the second baseman, and he'll take the first pitch high for ball one. Set the defense for the victory. Underwood in left, Martin in center, Arroyo in right. Glenn and Del Toro on the left side of the infield, Standiford and Corey on the right side, and Axel catching Danny Gill. Pitch to Monk was a strike. The count 1-1, and the next one on the way from Gill, and that's low for a ball, 2-1. One out, base is empty. Bottom of the first inning, and no score in the Underclass Division Championship game of the 2015 Cactus Classic. The 2-1 pitch waved at and missed, and it's 2-2. And a breaking ball over the outside corner, a called third strike. And Monk is the first out, make it the second out, but the first strikeout for Danny Gill. First pitch on the way to Ryan Johnson. It's inside for ball one. Now the 1 and the 1-0. And so off the plate wide, 2 balls and no strikes. And that ball yanked foul outside of third. The count goes to 2-1. Another warm day here in Mesa. Again, the high temperature is supposed to be right around 110. That pitch got in and got just a piece. You could hear it click Johnson on the way by, so he's a 2-out base runner being hit by the pitch. So Johnson aboard at first for Josh Lackner, the right fielder. First pitch just off the plate, ball one. Gill with a set and a pitch on the inside corner, a strike, and they count 1-1. Ball hit down the left field line, but foul. And that might have been a race between the left fielder Underwood going after the ball and Johnson motoring around the bases. But a foul ball sends Johnson back to first base and Lackner back to the plate with a count of 1-2. No score in the bottom of the first. The SoCal victory with a 1-out base hit, but the runner erased on a double play to end the first inning. And there's a line drive. That's into center field. That'll fall for a base hit. Over to get it is Martin. So Lackner with a sharp single to center. Johnson goes to second base. And it brings up the catcher, E.J. Rendon. Rendon with a Quick conversation with the third base coach, now into the box and ready. 2 aboard with 2 outs in the bottom of the first. And that's a pop-up first base side, and back to get it there. Corey fighting the sun a bit, but able to bring it in. And that ends the inning for ABA 15 Columbus in the bottom of the first. No runs, a base hit, a hit batter, and 2 left after 1 inning of play from Holcomb Stadium. There's no score. When we get to play here in the top of the second inning, and going after the first pitch is Ross Becker. And Becker, the DH for the SoCal Victory. Sharp single into right field. First pitch to Brian Glenn, high and away for ball 1. And the next pitch over for a strike, and the count 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Speed pitch inside there, and Glenn turned on it, but pulled it foul. And the count 1-2. Leadoff hitter aboard for the SoCal Victory in the second inning. No score as we play in the Upper-Class Division Championship game. Well, some of the rules, I believe anyway, are relaxed some. I guess 2 big ones that kind of come into play. No time limit on the championship games, and I believe the run rule is also waived. So the count goes to 2-2 on Brian Glenn. And I believe that's the case, but again, it might have changed just because of the way this tournament is set up. This is the first of 3 championship games here from Holcomb Stadium. There's a fly ball and a shallow right, long run, and it bounces in front of Lackner. Becker will come around second base rather, and go into third. And Glenn is into second base with a double. Tell when that one went off the bat that it was going to be trouble. Monk, the second baseman, went out. Lackner came charging in, did really everything he could. Laid out for it, could not get it. It bounced and went past him. And that allowed for the extra base as Becker goes to third and Glenn to second. And now a second and third and nobody out for Travis Axel. And ABA will bring the infield in. So playing in the top of the second, scoreless game, they're going to try to cut off a run at the plate as Axel takes the first one low for a ball. Now the set, the next one on the way, and that's a fly ball into right field. That's going to send Lackner back. He's not going to get it. Boy, the outfield was playing way shallow. And that ball bobbled, and in to score is Glenn. It looked as though ABA might have set it up to where they were going to have a chance for a play at the plate, but could not get the relay throw. So Becker scores, and Glenn scores on a 2-run single from Travis Axel. And the SoCal Victory lead 2-0. Anthony Martin will come out to run as a courtesy runner for Axel. Now here's Matt Magana. And Magana takes the first one low for a ball. Runner at first and still nobody out. A couple of runs in for the SoCal Victory in the second inning. Turn and a throw to first, and close over there, but Martin gets back. And the 1-0 pitch, that's fouled off. And the count evens at 1-1. And play the odds a little bit. At least ABA 15 trying to do it anyway. First ball off the bat of Becker, as that breaking ball is high and it goes to 2-1. But the first one off the bat of Becker, a solid base hit. Then Glenn dumps that fly ball into short right that Lackner came in for. The next hitter they play a little bit shallow, and Axel's able to beat the outfield by getting the ball over the head. And that's over for a strike, and it's 2-2. Michael Kerner, an extra hitter, next for the victory. The 2-2 with a runner going. And check swing, I guess, there, and Magana is able to hold up. Goes as a stolen base then for Martin to get into scoring position. And the pitch is high, and that's ball 4. So Magana walks. And with Martin at second base, the batter is Michael Kerner. 2-0 score, top of the second inning. And the first one to Kerner, low and away for ball 1. Now the 1-0. And a swing and a miss, and it's 1-1. 4 straight have reached for the SoCal victory to start this second inning. First 2 have scored, and now 2 still on base at first and second. Single, double, single, walk. And a breaking ball over for a strike, and it's 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball, and that's a swing and a miss. And Kerner is down on strikes, first out of the inning. And the first strikeout for Steven Barboa. And the first pitch on the outside corner for a strike. Nicholas Reese at the plate. Look back to second base and the 1-strike pitch. Inside, just about got him, but it is inside for a ball, and the count 1-1. 2 on with 1 out, 2 runs in. The 1-1 pitch. And a swing and a miss for a strike, and it's 1-2. Martin with the lead off second, Magana off first as Barboa looks back to second, turns and throws back there. And it's close, but Martin dives back ahead of the tag. And a ground ball over to third, grabbed there, out at second, on to first base, and safe at first, the call. So Magana forced at second base, 5-4 on the putout. And Reese aboard at first down the fielder's choice. Now runners at the corners with 2 outs for Alan Arroyo. Now the first one, a fastball outside for ball 1. 2-0 our scores. We play in the top of the second inning. It's the Underclass Division Championship game of the 2015 Cactus Classic. The 1-0. Now it's fouled to the netting beyond home plate, and it's a ball and a strike. And a ball hit into shallow center field. That's down and a base hit. Had a bit of a pause there because it turned into a potential force play at second. But Reese able to get into second base ahead of it, and now that close play over at first on what would have been an inning-ending double play turns into another run for the SoCal victory as Alan Arroyo delivers the RBI single to center field, scoring Anthony Martin. Now first and second with 2 outs for Julian Corey, and he takes a strike near the outside corner. Now they got the runner hung up. And out to call at third base. So Reese is tagged out, and that will end the inning. But a good one for the SoCal victory as they score 3 times in the second inning. They do it on 4 base hits, and they leave 1 after 2.5, make it after 1.5. It's the SoCal victory 3 and ABA 15, Columbus nothing. Ryan McGaha, the leadoff hitter, in the bottom of the second inning. Took the first pitch low and away for a ball. And the next one on the inside corner, a strike, and it's 1-1. Ramos and Morano follow for ABA in the second. The 1-1 pitch. Ground ball hit sharply up the middle, backhanded by Standiford on to first. And in time. So 4-3 ground out. And it brings up Ryan Ramos. And the first one to Ramos inside for ball 1. Fly ball into center field. And Martin there for the catch for out number 2. And there's a well-struck ball into right field and out of the reach of the right fielder. And that'll go all the way to the warning track. Coming around second is Verano. And he'll get in as the relay throw was bobbled in short right center field. It's a 2-out triple for Jack Morano. It brings up Bailey Columbus, an extra hitter for ABA, and he takes outside for ball 1. And the next one over the outside corner, a strike. And it's 1-1. Bounced in there, blocked by Axel to keep that runner tied down at third base. And the 2-1 pitch, a swing and a miss for a strike, and it's 2-2. ABA down 3-0, batting in the bottom of the second, trying to get that runner home from third base with 2 outs in the inning. Just off the plate, and that pushes the count to 3-2. Yeah, that'll miss up and away for ball 4. So Columbus walks, and it brings up Mitchell Parker. First one to Parker over the outside corner, a strike. Gill sets the 1-strike pitch. That's off the plate, and it's 1-1. It'll be big for ABA if they could get one back here in the bottom of the second after allowing 3 in the top of the second. That's off the plate, and it's 2-1. First and third with 2 outs in the bottom of the second. And a swing and a miss. Columbus ended up with a big secondary lead over there at first. He's going this time, but it's over for a called third strike. Parker is called out on strikes to end the ABA second inning. No runs, 1 hit plus a walk, 2 left on. And after 2 innings of play, it's still 3-0 SoCal. Bottom 3 in the order for the SoCal victory as Julian Corey takes low for a ball. He was at the plate when the runner was tagged down to end the second inning. And a pitch over for a strike, and it's 1-1. The 1-1 pitch fouled off, and the count goes to 1-2. Corey, Standiford, and Heacock for the SoCal victory in the top of the third inning as they look to build on their 3-0 lead. And the 1-2 pitch. And that's a foul tip, I believe, into the glove. It for sure was caught down there, but it's a strikeout either way for Corey, and that's the first down of the inning. It brings up Ryan Standiford. Now I mentioned the SoCal victory first in Pool C. As that first one is over for a strike. They won their first game 3-2. And then in a stadium game here on Thursday, they lost to the Premier West Cardinals. That's back up the middle and off Barboa. Deflected throw on to first base. And that's in time. So it was an assist for Barboa, 1-5-3 on the ground out of Standiford. And now 2 down for Anthony Heacock. First one high for a ball to Heacock. So after the loss then, the SoCal victory bounced back an 8-2 win over the Spartans Black. As that's popped up into foul territory and playable. Morano there to make the catch, and it's a smooth top of the third inning. 3 up and 3 down go the SoCal victory. After 2.5, they still lead 3-0. Top of the order for the ABA 15 Columbus squad in the bottom of the third inning. Mikey Says takes high for a ball. And the next one low and in, 2-0. That's over the outer half of the plate for a strike, and it's 2-1. Size with a line drive to the shortstop Del Toro in the first inning. And 3 balls and a strike. And that's hit to the left side and over the head of Del Toro this time. And it's a leadoff base hit for the ABA shortstop. That ball bunted. And the only play is going to be to first base. And the out recorded. So we've got a different lineup than what I was given. That's actually Size there that is out on the sacrifice. The player with a base hit to start the inning is Tyler Shaler. He was, and again, I've got the actual copy of the lineup card that we were handed before the ball game from the coaches, or the coach from ABA 15. And Shaler's on the right side for substitutions, not in the lineup, but apparently he rounds out the order then, and they decided to let him hit. That ball is sent back to Gill, and he puts it away for the second out. And the first pitch to Johnson over for a strike. So it's 2 outs and a runner at second base, and it's Tyler Shaler that's running at second. Ground ball over on the left side, and Shaler runs into the tag, picked up nicely by the SoCal Victory third baseman, able to reach out and put the tag on. And a base running error ends the inning for ABA in the bottom of the third. No runs, a hit, and 1 left. And after 3 innings of play, it's still 3-0. And a bunt to start the top of the 4th inning. That's going to roll down the line and just go foul. Good heads-up play there by ABA to let that ball go once you get a little read on it, especially if you don't think you're going to have a play at first base. Might as well let it continue to roll and see if it might turn foul, and sure enough it did. The 1-strike pitch, Anthony Martin, the leadoff hitter in the inning, and he'll roll one over to the right side, fielded there, throw a little bit behind, and safe the call at first base. Morano got over in plenty of time to field. Then it was a foot race between Barboa and Martin to throw a little bit behind Stephen Barboa. Then he was trying to tap the bag on the way by and could not make the contact in time. Safe the call. Now Alan Underwood. And Underwood with a line shot into right field. And that's in for a hit. Underwood with his second base hit of the game after a single in the first. The first one to Blake Del Toro is high for a ball. First two aboard in the fourth, SoCal Victory already leading 3-0. The 1-0 pitch, and a swing and a miss, and it's 1-1. The look back to second, and the 1-1 pitch. That's a breaking ball, bounced in there. Runners are going to try to advance the throw down to third and out at third base. Martin thrown out. Underwood followed on the play, so he gets to second base, but now 1 out of the inning. And the next one on the way to Del Toro is high for a ball. And that's off the end of the bat and put away by the second baseman Monk for out number 2. Barboa now a pitch away from pitching out of trouble here in the fourth inning after the first two reached safely. Runner thrown out trying to go to third, and now a soft line drive for the second out. The batter is Ross Becker. Becker singled and scored his first time up. And going after the first one sends it straight back for strike 1. And runner takes off early. The ball comes out on the tag, though. They hit Underwood, no doubt about it, but the swipe tag from Ramos, and the ball was dislodged. So Underwood moves to third base on a stolen base. And a breaking ball over for a strike. And they count 0-2. The 2-strike pitch. That's bounced in, 1-2. Ball and 2 strikes on Becker, trying to get the runner in from third with 2 outs in the fourth. 3-0 victory. And the 1-2. And Becker, quick hands, fouls it off. And the 1-2 pitch. And that's off the plate or low, 2-2. And the 2-2 pitch. That's on the outside corner, a called third strike, and Becker knew it. You could see him smack the bat. Upset that he wasn't able to pull the trigger. So good pitching effort there for Steven Barboa to get out of trouble in the fourth after the first two reached. But the victory turned away in the fourth inning. And at the midway point of the Underclass Division Championship game, it's still 3-0 SoCal. 4, 5, and 6 in the order for ABA 15 Columbus in the bottom of the fourth. Josh Lackner takes outside for ball one. Lackner with a single his first time up, fouls the next one out of play, and it counts 1-1. There's a hard ground ball up the middle and just past the diving attempt of the second baseman, Michael Kerner. And Lackner with a leadoff single in the fourth. First one to E.J. Rendon, the catcher, over for a strike. Popped out to the first baseman, Corey, back in the first inning, although it's Ross Becker over at first now. Danny Gill still on the mound, though, for the SoCal victory. He's given up a base hit in each of the first 4 innings, but not a lot of run yet. Rendon takes a ball. One ball, 2 strikes the count. Now the set with a runner going, and the ball fouled to the netting behind home plate. We stay at 1-2. That's hit sharply, but off the second baseman, and the throw on to first will not be in time. It looked like Kerner might have been shielded a little bit by the base umpire, not through any fault of the umpires, just by the time he was able to sort of sidestep out of the way, it may have been enough of a distraction that they couldn't get it clean, and now the ball goes to the backstop, and the runners will move up 90 feet. Ryan McGaha at the plate. He grounded out his first time up, but he's in a big spot here with now runners in scoring position, 2 of them, in fact, with the runners at second and third. SoCal brings the infield in here. Interesting, leading 3-0 in the bottom of the fourth. I think that they would trade a run for an out here, but maybe the spot they are in the order, they want to try to put that pressure on and see if they can throw out a runner at the plate. Gill not close. 4-pitch walk to McGaha, and that loads the bases for Ryan Ramos. First, we'll get a timeout from the SoCal victory dugout. Opportunity here for the ABA 15 Columbus squad. They've got the bases full and nobody out, down 3-0 in the Underclass Division Championship game. First pitch to Ryan Ramos misses for a ball as we get back to play. Another one misses. 6 in a row out of the strike zone now. And now 7 in a row. Nowhere to put Ramos with the bases full and nobody out. And a pitch over for a called strike. And that's bounced in, and it's ball 4, and that'll force in a run. So ABA 15, Columbus on the board. In the bottom of the 4th inning, a bases loaded walk brings in Lackner. And the first one to Jack Morano is high for a ball. So ABA on the board in the bottom of the 4th. They trail 3-1, but still in a big position here where they can really take advantage. They count now 2-0. Just 1 strike in the last 11 pitches. The 2-0 pitch is outside, and it's 3-0. Now SoCal trying to get a reliever down in the bullpen. They're going to have to hurry here. The 3-0. And that's ball 4. And that's a 4-pitch walk. And time called. Axel out to talk to Gill. They're going to have to get the bullpen hot in a hurry here. 3-2 now in the bottom of the 4th. Bailey Columbus going after the first pitch, fouls it out of play. Interesting there to go after that first pitch, with Gill struggling to throw strikes. The 0-1 low and away, and it's 1-1. 3 straight walks on a total of 13 pitches. And ABA 15 Columbus down 3-2. There's a swing and a miss. And they count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Bailey Columbus walked his first time up. Magaha at third, Ramos at second, Morano at first. Nobody out of the bottom of the 4th. The 1-2 is outside, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Corners up for the victory, trying to go home, but that ball hit well out to right field. That's caught. Runner from third will tag. The throw cut off, and ABA has tied it in the bottom of the 4th inning. A sac fly off the bat of Bailey Columbus. Runner from second, Ramos, able to tag as well. He gets to third. Morano stays at first base. And now Steven Barboa will bat for himself. Here in the bottom of the 4th. Going after the first one, pops it up. Playable. And it is Becker in foul territory with a catch for out number 2. Now Tyler Shaler, who had a base hit in the 3rd. In fact, he led off the 3rd inning with a base hit. And goes after the first one and knocks it foul out of play down the left side. 3-3 our score in the bottom of the 4th. The Underclass Division Championship game of the 2015 Cactus Classic. And a ground ball up the middle, and that's through, and that's going to give ABA a lead. RBI single for Shaler, and it's 4-3. Now Mikey Size. He takes strike one. First and second with 2 outs, but it's a 4 spot for the ABA 15 Columbus squad in the bottom of the 4th. They lead it 4-3. And Tardy on the swing and a foul ball on the first base side, and they count 1-2. And the 1-2 is low, and that gets past the catcher Axel into the backstop. That's going to bounce in. That'll get away, and that'll bring a run in. The wild pitch scores Morano. Shaler to third base. And now ball 4 as Size goes to first base. First and third with 2 outs. 5 runs in for ABA 15 Columbus in the 4th. They lead 5-3. First one to Nick Monk is low for ball 1. The relief pitcher for the SoCal Victory, I believe it's Alan Arroyo. He's ready as they've come back into the dugout. Runner from first goes. The pitch is inside for ball 2. Size into scoring position with the stolen base. Pitch over for a strike, and it's 2-1. And swinging a foul ball, and they count 2-2. And a pitch fouled off the netting. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes. Tenth man to bat in the inning for ABA. And a 2-2. And a swing and a miss. Monk strikes out to end the inning, but a great inning for the Albuquerque Baseball Academy as they score 5 times, and after 4, they lead 5-3. Brian Glenn, the leadoff hitter for the SoCal Victory in the 5th. Took the first pitch for a ball. And the next one is high, and it's 2-0. Glenn with a double and a run his last time up. The 2-0 pitch. Fouled straight back, 2-1. breaking ball bounced in there, and it's 3-1. Back to the wind, the 3-1 pitch. And a swing and a miss. That runs the count full. Axel and Magana to follow Glenn for the victory in the 5th. Steven Barboa pitching with new life after his team scores 5 runs in the bottom of the 4th. And a ground ball. Bobbled at third and no play. So an error begins the inning for the SoCal Victory. Now with Glenn aboard at first base, the batter is Travis Axel. And the first pitch high for ball 1. Axel with a 2-run single his last time up. The runs have come in bunches. SoCal with all 3 of their runs at the top of the 2nd. ABA with all 5 of their runs in the bottom of the 4th. Throw over to first and the runner back. For ABA 15 Columbus, those 5 runs came on just 2 hits, 1 error in the inning, but 4 walks. There's a ground ball to short. Flip to second for the out. On to first base, not in time. Axel hustles down the line to avoid the double play. But a force of Glenn at second is the first out of the inning, and now Axel aboard at first, and the batter is Matt Magana. Runner goes. The ball lifted into left field, and that's caught for out number 2. Magana with a fly ball to left field brings up Michael Kerner. And Kerner takes a fastball on the outside corner for a strike. Barboa, the right-hander, ready. He'll turn and throw to first, but Axel is back. And that ball fouled out of play down the right field side, and it's 0-2. Runner at first base, 2 outs, top of the 5th inning. The SoCal Victory trailing the Albuquerque Baseball Academy by a score of 5-3. And the pitch is low for a ball, and it's 1-2. And the 1-2 pitch. That's in there, in the dirt and wide of the plate, so 2 balls and 2 strikes. And down on strikes goes Kerner. And that ends the SoCal 5th inning. No runs, no hits, an error, and 1 left. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning, and SoCal Victory trails 5-3. Three, 4, and 5 of the order for the Albuquerque Baseball Academy. Ryan Johnson takes strike 1 from new SoCal Victory pitcher Alan Arroyo. And the next pitch is outside, and it's 1-1. Johnson, Lackner, and Rendon for ABA in the 5th. The 1-1 pitch. That's hit well out to center field. And over the head of the center fielder, that's going to trickle to the warning track. And Johnson on his way to third base. And he's held there, leadoff triple to get things going in the home half of the fifth. Now Lackner in there trying to get that runner home from third. You would expect the infield will come in for the victory, but they have not yet. The ball fouled out of play. Next one outside, and they count 1-1. Ball popped up, but that'll get down the left field side and foul, and one bounce into the stands. Now the infield in for the victory. Pitch way outside, 2-2. And the ball popped up again, but once again into the seats, out of play. 5-3 our scores. We play in the bottom of the fifth, and now a chance for the ABA to get another run in as they get a leadoff triple. In the bottom of the fifth inning, Johnson standing over at third base. Lackner working on a perfect championship game, 2 for 2. Trying to deliver here. And a ground ball. Runner will hold at third, and they get the out. It's to the drawn in infield right out to second baseman Standiford. Now to bring up E.J. Rendon. Infield stays in on the grass. The first pitch is inside for ball one. Now left-hander throwing in the SoCal bullpen. Pitch off the plate, 2-0. Pitching line for the SoCal starter Danny Gill, 4 innings pitched. As the 2-0 is hammered down the left field line. That's a fair ball, and that's going to get all the way down in the corner. Scoring easily is Johnson. On his way to second base is Rendon. It's an RBI double, and it's 6-3 ABA. No question about that. That's a shot down the left field line. And now Rendon stands at second base with 1 out and a run in. Here in the bottom of the fifth, 6-3 our score. Ryan McGaha, the left fielder, at the plate. And that's dumped into left field, a base hit. They're going to hold the runner at third, and now they got him hung up and no throw over to first base. They might have tried to make that play at first as the guy got way around the bag at first base. But the Victory don't want to throw the ball around, so they hang on to it, and able to scamper back to the bag. So they're at first and third with one out for Ryan Ramos. Axel out to talk to his pitcher, Arroyo. Anyway, for Gill then, 4 innings, 5 hits, 5 runs allowed, but only 2 earned. Struck out 3 and walked 5 and also hit a batter. Now Ramos, who walked with the bases loaded his last time up. Turn and a throw to first base. And again, trying to bring that runner in from third with less than 2 outs. Runner from first takes off. It's a swing and a miss as the ball comes out of the glove of the catcher, Axel, but it's a steal of second for Magaha. For Albuquerque Baseball Academy, 3-0 in pool play wins over the Grinders, Nogales Tribe, and Arizona Venom Black. As the count moves to 1-1, and then in the elimination play, 7-0 shutout of the T-Rex, and then a 5-1 win over Team Dinger 16U. Put this squad into the championship game. Infield back in now after that steal of second to take away the double play. And the count's 2-1 on Ramos. Another run on the board in the bottom of the 5th for the ABA 15 Columbus. They lead 6-3. And excuse me, swing tapper back. Well, had the runner hung up between second and third, thinking that the runner in front was going to take off, but Arroyo takes the safe out at first base. 1-3 on the putout to retire Ramos. And the batter is Jack Morano. Morano also walked with the bases loaded back in the 4th inning. First one missed for a ball, 1-0. And the next one off the plate, 2 balls and no strikes. That's down in the dirt and past the catcher, Axel. Actually, it's not Axel back there anymore, I beg your pardon. I think it's, well, got 228s, so a couple of possibilities back there for the SoCal Victory. And that pitch is outside for ball 4, so a 4-pitch walk for the second time for Morano. He tripled his first time up, then again walked on 4 pitches with the bases loaded in the 4th, and walks again on 4 straight here in the 5th. Then loads him up for Bailey Columbus, who hit a fly ball into right field his last time up. That was deep enough to get a run in and give him a sac fly and an RBI. But he takes strike 1 from Alan Arroyo. The 0-1. That's off the glove into the backstop, and that'll bring in another run. And that makes it 7-3. Now the 1-1 pitch. Called strike 2, makes it 1-2. And that'll bounce, but blocked at the plate. And they count 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 on, 2 out, 2 runs in for the Albuquerque Baseball Academy in the 5th inning. And they lead 7-3. The 2-2 to Columbus. Off the plate for a ball, 3-2. And that ball fouled off. And another foul ball. And we stay 3 balls and 2 strikes. And that'll miss for ball 4. Second walk of the inning given up, and a timeout from the Victory dugout playing in the 5th. 7-3 our score. Stephen Barboa in as the hitter for ABA, and he takes strike 1. Yeah, next one low, and it's a ball and a strike. Bases loaded with 2 outs, a couple of runs in for ABA in the bottom of the 5th inning. They lead 7-3. Now the 1-1 pitch. That's high, 2-1. Alan Underwood, the new pitcher for SoCal Victory. And he misses up and in, 3-1. Once again, nowhere to put the runner, bases full, but that's ball 4, so Barboa walks. And another run in to make it 8-3. SoCal Victory able to pitch around a little bit of trouble in the first 3 innings. As ABA got a couple of runners on in the first and the second, although both runners on after 2 were out in the inning. As Shaler takes strike 1. But then the wheels fell off in the 4th, and the last 2 innings they've had trouble finding the strike zone. That goes to the backstop, and that'll bring another run in. Morano scores to make it 9-3. Seven walks in the last 2 innings of work for Victory pitchers. The 1-1 up and in, 2 balls and a strike. Well, it's the first of 3 championship games here at Holcomb Stadium. The Underclass game going on now. We'll have the Futures Division game coming up, scheduled for 5:15. That's bounced in. That'll go to the backstop, and another run will score. So ABA follows up a 5-run 4th inning with 5 here in the 5th. 10-3 the score as we play in the bottom of the 5th inning. The Futures Division Championship game is set. It'll be the Yuma Diablos and the Sidewinders coming up shortly here at Holcomb Stadium. Ball 4 to Shaler. He's aboard. And Mikey Size is in for the 4th time in 5 innings for ABA 15 Columbus. Throwing out of the windup allows Shaler to take second base. Next pitch low, 2-0. Yeah, the game had been moving along nicely, but has really slowed down here in the last couple of innings. Just a lot of ball fours, as I mentioned. That's 4 straight walks here in the 5th. And pitch over for a strike, and it's 3-1. Crowd trying to get behind the victory here and get a little life into the players. Again, it's been a long inning and a half. And there's a ground ball up the middle, knocked down behind the bag. The throw on to first, and safe. An infield single for Size. And an RBI on the play as Barboa scores. That makes it 11-3, and another SoCal victory timeout. Now that is going to be the ball game. So because of the score, they're going to call it. And again, I didn't think there was a run rule in championship games, but maybe for a SoCal, they're not going to say a whole lot about it, and it has been a rough last couple of innings, and so this one will end with a final score of 11-3. I'll get you then totals on the ball game for the SoCal victory. They score 3 runs on 7 hits. They commit 1 error and leave 3 runners on base. For ABA 15 Columbus, 11 runs on 9 base hits. They commit 1 error and they leave 9 runners on base. And so that will do it here as ABA 15 Columbus takes the title here of the 2015 Cactus Classic in the Underclass division. And so that will wrap it up then. Once again, our final score, it's ABA 15 Columbus 11 and a SoCal victory 3 from Holcomb Stadium in Mesa, Arizona. Todd Garbison for Southwest Sports Network saying so long. Congratulations once again to the runner-up SoCal victory and the champion of the 2015 Cactus Classic Underclass division, the ABA 15 Columbus squad.